Tribal Council meeting to order. Councilwoman Shotpouch, would you please give us the invocation?
I det lista årligalande hej ullihelista handes giatino kosa hej nevna det dostan heldi do hest a hand of gilamstan han nolen I aja de ti han ni ho des giatini do hest oath uganan han ni ho osigielan ha gehesti. Father, we thank you again to bring us back together. We just ask you be with us, Lord, that throughout this meeting give us wisdom and knowledge for the betterment of Cherokee Nation. In your name we pray. Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Shelley, roll call, please.
Yes, sir. Sasha Black Fox Qualls. Present. Danny Callison. Here. Julia Coates. Here. Joe Deere. Aye. Kevin Easley. Ashley Grant. Here. Uriah Grass. Lisa Hall. Here. Clifton Hughes. Here. Johnny Kidwell.
Here.
Daryl Legg. Kendra McGady. Here. Dora Petskowski. Cody Poindexter.
Oh, honey.
Joshua Sam. Here. Melvina Shotpouch. Condessa Teehee.
Oh, honey.
We do have a quorum.
All right, thank you, Shelley. I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes from the December 15, 2025 regular session. All right, I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? There is no discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Are there any opposed? None opposed. That motion is adopted. Next, we'll move right into the State of the Nation address with Principal Chief Chuck Hoskin, Jr.
Mr. Speaker, members of the council, Happy New Year. It's an honor and privilege to be able to report on the state of the Cherokee Nation for our January the 12th, 2026 council meeting. The council has a number of pieces of legislation before it this evening. To highlight one piece that I know is important to all of us, the Deputy Chief and I included, is the legislation that will enable us to enter into a partnership with the University of Oklahoma for a nursing school here in our capital, a $30 million investment. Some additional pieces of legislation that go along with that include a $5 million endowment to support healthcare scholarships, $1 million earmarked annually in our higher ed department for additional scholarships, as well as youth education, youth career exploration programs in the healthcare fields, and $1 million to our career services department to fund grant programs to support Cherokee Nation citizens entering into health fields that require non-degree paths to employment. Those are all, I think, great investments. They'll be in great investments not only immediately as we put dollars into the hands of students to go get education and training, but also generational impact for Cherokee Nation and the region. Recently, in fact, just a few weeks ago before the turn of the new year, we launched our Opportunity Zone programs. Mr. Speaker, as you know, we operate the SSBCI program, which is nationwide. We operate another loan program through the Cherokee Nation Economic Development Trust Authority, which covers the reservation. Opportunity Zones challenges us to look at some of those geographic areas defined by census tracts that are high poverty. It makes us look at the stats. It makes us realize that there's more that we can do, and it also reinforces that the best thing we can do economically, whether it's for a family or for community, is the creation of a private sector job. Opportunity Zones allows us to leverage those business loan resources into these communities to help spur some economic growth and the creation of some of these private sector jobs, which are so needed. We recently launched the Heirloom Seed Bank program again, very popular program. Applications will be available through the Gadoogie portal through the close of February the 13th. That's right around the corner. This is such a popular program that we use a draw system for fair access to the Heirloom Seed program. But it does remind me that last year we launched a program which we will continue this year, which is the harvesting our heritage program, which the CCO participating organizations, both within the reservation and across the country, get an additional opportunity to access these seeds and to perpetuate our culture and heritage through growing these crops. We recently launched military branch-specific Cherokee Nation license plates. They'll be available in 2026, obviously this year, for eligible Cherokee veterans, active duty service members, and qualifying survivors. I want to express my appreciation to the Tax Commission of the Cherokee Nation, where this initiative originated. Eligible citizens include those living within the Cherokee Nation and at large within the state of Oklahoma. It is Human Trafficking Awareness Month. A number of you on the council were able to join us at the Hard Rock as we proclaim January Human Trafficking Prevention Awareness Month to raise awareness about human trafficking and to encourage community engagement in the prevention process. I think it is a sign of strength that we not only raise awareness through the proclamation, but we had our friends at Cherokee Nation businesses who are already engaged on this subject. We had the Cherokee Nation Marshal Service, which works on this subject. We know that this is of a care and of a concern to programs like One Fire. This is really something that requires a whole of government approach and really across our family of businesses and organizations. What we announced, Mr. Speaker, with the proclamation, though, was an effort to increase the knowledge base of Cherokee Nation government employees about human trafficking, about the signs, about the consequences, and about what we can do as employees to recognize those signs and to understand that knowledge is power when it comes to doing something about human trafficking. We made that announcement on the tail end, Mr. Speaker, of the quarterly ITC meeting, which we hosted at the Hard Rock, and we passed a number of resolutions. I won't go over all of those resolutions except to say that they all had a common theme, it seemed to me, which was that Native peoples, the Cherokee Nation, other tribes have to be at the table when it comes to policy making. Subjects included the U.S. Department of Justice, Haskell Indian Nations University, and engaging with the U.S. Department of Homeland Security so that when federal agencies or other governmental entities do things or consider things that they don't forget that Native people should be not only involved in the conversation but consulted in the decision-making process and part of that decision-making process. Finally, Mr. Speaker, another piece of legislation that you'll consider this evening is to expand the vision of what we're doing in the area of substance use disorder. We already had a wonderful project underway here in Tahlequah. The recovery center that we're building in Tahlequah, we will expand that. It will be both inpatient and outpatient as a result of legislation that you consider this evening. We'll also expand into Veneta, where we will remodel a former Veterans Administration clinic into a new outpatient recovery center. The thing that I think is most important about these announcements is that it follows through on our commitment to make the opioid industry pay for the damage that it did to the Cherokee people. When our legal team bent that industry to a settlement, we promised to use those dollars to help bring about a healing. This expanded vision of what we can do in substance use disorder treatment helps make good on that promise. Mr. Speaker, that's my report. Widow.
Thank you, Chief. Are there any questions for the Principal Chief? All right, Chief, there's no questions. Thank you, sir, for everything that you're doing. I know the heirloom seeds, man, that's a big one. People need to be ready to hit enter on the computer button there and get those going. And the proclamation signing, I know Councilwoman Petskowski had some great words at that, and we appreciate everything that you guys are doing. Appreciate it, sir. All right, next up, the Cherokee Nation Warrior Veterans Awards with Deputy Principal Chief Brian Warner and Secretary of Veteran Affairs, S. Joe Crittenden.
All right, Mr. Speaker, members of the council, thank you for extending me this offer to get up here and to do something that we all deem worthy each and every day. That's the servicemen and women of the United States military and those that have served we thank them, and one of the ways that we do that is to bestow that Medal of Patriotism to our Cherokee Warriors. So if I could, first up, I would like to ask District 13 Councilman Joe Deere to join us down front. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, our first Medal of Patriotism goes to the Cherokee Warrior by the name of John Leslie Brown. Mr. Brown entered the United States Navy on November 4th, 1994, completing his boot camp in Great Lakes, Illinois. After boot camp, Brown was stationed on board the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower. He was an aviation boatswain mate fuels ABF, which required the duties of fueling and defueling aircraft during training and flight operations day or night in the Mediterranean Sea. Mr. Brown was honorably discharged on November 3rd of 1997. Medals include National Defense Medal and the Meritorious Unit Commendation. Mr. Brown, on behalf of a grateful nation, sir, we thank you for your service to our country and to our great nation, the Cherokee Nation. All right, thank you. If I can, I would love to have District 10 Council Lady Melvina Shotpouch to join us for this next Medal of Patriotism, which goes to the Cherokee Warrior by the name of Woodrow Wilson. Okay, yep. Mr. Wilson entered the United States Army on April 5th, 1956, completing his basic training and advanced individual training in Fort Carson, Colorado. His military occupation specialty was an auto maintenance helper. He was sent to Germany, where he served from 1956 until 1958. While in Germany, Mr. Wilson placed fourth in the M1 rifle competition at Little Camp Perry, competing with over 1,000 in 1957. Mr. Wilson was honorably discharged on February 3rd of 1958. Medals include the Good Conduct Medal. Mr. Wilson, on behalf of a grateful nation, sir, we thank you for your service to our country and to the great nation of the Cherokee Nation. Wado, thank you.
We also work for the Cherokee Nation for 27 years in the BIA.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Mr. Speaker, members of the council, that concludes our Medal of Patriotism Awards tonight. Again, I want to thank all of those that have served our country and continue to serve. And may everybody have safe traveling graces as they go home tonight. Well done. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Deputy Chief. I think I speak for everybody when I say that doing the Veterans Awards is one of the best parts of our night. So to you veterans out there and to those who may not have been named tonight, if you are a veteran, would you stand up for us today? If we have any other veterans in the crowd today? There we go, there's one. There we go. Thank you, sir. On behalf of the Tribal Council, thank you for your service. Appreciate all of you. Next is special recognitions. Counselor Clifton Hughes, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Speaker. Yeah, we want to recognize the Kenwood School for their achievement in winning the 2025 softball championship in their division. And I'd like for the coach, Dude Foreman, to come up and tell a few words, and then the girls introduce herself. I forgot to tell you, when they won, they all jumped on him and crippled him.
Actually happened in practice. Senhor Nagata, Ojaheli Kohiga. We're a K through 8 school from Little Kenwood, Oklahoma. We're grades from 5th through 8th playing softball. So this is my first year down in Kenwood. I had 4 8th graders. They went and played the Intertribal All-Star game in Preston. That was held in Preston. So I was proud of them for doing that. And we had a 28-1 record this year. We played a bunch of the public schools like Jay and Ketchum, Miami, people like that. But these girls were fun to watch. I mean, they did whatever I told them. We had a late night at the ball game we had it at the, I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, Fire Lake ball field. We got finished about midnight. And we had to go find something to eat with all the girls, and so it was about 2 o'clock when everybody got in bed. So luckily we got to stay another night, and I appreciate you all and for having us here. I think Stephanie, my assistant coach, wants to say a few words. I'll put her on the spot.
Hi, everyone. I just want to say it was an honor to coach this group of young ladies right here. We have 14 girls that played. 13 are here tonight. One couldn't make it. I just want to say they take pride in everything that they do. They represented our school so well. I wish our 8th graders the best because I know that they're going to carry on everything that they've learned at Kenwood. They're going to carry it on. And I just want to say thank you for having us tonight. It's a great group of young ladies, and we'll start down there with, you can introduce yourself. Go ahead, sister. Yes, please.
My name is Bianca Upfield, and I'm in 8th grade. My name is Willow Billy, and I'm in 7th grade. My name is Cherry Story, and I'm in 1st grade. My name is Bradley Bain, and I'm in 7th grade. My name is Carly Ross, and I'm in 8th grade. My name is Isabella Buffington, and I'm in 6th grade. My name is Kimbella Blue, and I'm a 7th grader. My name is Brinkley Foreman, and I'm a 5th grader. My name is Les Mouse, and I'm in 6th grade. My name is Kylie Jones, and I'm in 6th grade. My name is Peyton Proctor, and I'm in 8th grade. My name is Shirai Ortiz, and I'm in 5th grade. My name is Segan Sapp, and I'm a 7th grader. My name is Nakia Sanders, and I'm an 8th grader.
Yeah, Coach, we're going to have them come around. We'll shake their hands here if that's all right with you. And then we'll line up right here in the middle and get a picture with the chief, deputy chief, and others. Well, Coach, I'll say that, your team probably don't realize this, but it warms my heart to see, Kenwood over here and getting congratulated the way they are. I went to a little K through 8th school called Spavinall back when it was open. And we played, I was just telling the Councilman Poindexter early before we started that Kenwood beat us in every sport they had. It didn't matter if it was kickball, volleyball, or softball. They beat the tar out of us. I was going to say something different, man. Glad I caught myself. I looked at Councilwoman Shot Pouch when I was getting ready to say that. I thought, wrong word. And I tell you, it's great to have you here. On behalf of the Tribal Council, congratulations, team. We truly appreciate you. Yes, Chief.
And Mr. Speaker, their home field is the Woody Hare Community Center, my favorite softball field.
Just as it should be. That's excellent. Well, we have another special recognition, and Councilwoman Black Fox Qualls, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Tonight, I am happy to introduce the Fort Gibson FFA Livestock Judging Team that's here with us tonight, and I'm just going to read a little bit of their highlights because they have quite the list of accolades. So this team was honored to represent Cherokee Nation as the participant from the state of Oklahoma. They won state, but to also win the prestigious National Livestock Judging Contest that was held in conjunction with the National FFA Convention in Indianapolis, Indiana. This team, alongside that, Mr. Reagan Greathouse, he was the highest individual awarded for that score. This team also qualified to represent Cherokee Nation in the U.S. and judge at the International Royal Highland Show Competition in Scotland in June of 2026. That's quite the accomplishment. And I'd like to take a moment. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. And I'd like to introduce you to the team. We have Mr. Reagan Greathouse. They had their hands full. They brought a lot of hardware with them. We had Miss Gracie Guest, Miss Avery White, and I want to mention Miss Kennedy Lockhart. She's not here with us tonight. She is taking college courses. And we have their instructor, Mr. Lane Howe. Go, Karen. You guys want to come through, and we'll have you up front here.
Yeah, come on through. We'll shake your hand, and we'll get a picture up here with Deputy Chief and Chief. We appreciate the Fort Gibson FFA team and all of their accomplishments. Thank you for coming out here today and participating in this little soiree. Thank you, Councilwoman Black Fox Qualls. Very, very nicely done. It's always great to congratulate our youngsters, doing great things. Man, it warms our hearts collectively. I know that we all enjoy that. So we'll move along here. Action of unfinished business. There's none pending. Next, we'll have the committee reports, and we'll hear from our CEO of Cherokee Nation Businesses, Mr. Chuck Garrett.
Good evening, Speaker, Councilors. It's always a pleasure and honor to be here to report on your businesses. Reporting on the November financial performance tonight. As you might recall, we got off to a pretty rocky start in October, mainly as a hangover from the closure of the federal government. And that impact is continuing to linger, mainly on the top line. Our revenues aren't what we had hoped. But on the bottom line, we made up a lot of territory this last month through just expense management and also sort of variable expenses, fixed expenses. We were able to regain some territory from October. So heading in a good direction on the bottom line. I'd like to see a little more stability, a little more predictability in Washington on the contracting side. And of course, we don't control that, but we are in front of our customers. We are making certain that when things do stabilize, that we're the vendor that they are thinking about. So I salute the team for their continued efforts there. We had a great New Year's Eve. Thank you for those of you that were able to drop by one of our venues. Really an outstanding New Year's Eve across the board. No incidents, which is always appreciated, but also some really good business. So our gaming business is continuing to perform very well, and plenty of other things going on in the business. And I'm very excited about some announcements that we'll have here in the next coming weeks. A couple of other things just to round out the C&B activities, upcoming activities. The Will Rogers Downs kicks off their early thoroughbred racing season today. As a matter of fact, thoroughbreds are hitting the track a little early this year as Cherokee Casino Will Rogers Downs kicked off the spring horse racing season today. The earlier start, nearly 2 months ahead of last year's March opening, gives Oklahoma horsemen the opportunity to continue racing seamlessly without relocating to another circuit. You've got 28 days of racing ahead of us, so it'll conclude on the Kentucky Derby Day, the first week of May. Hard Rock, we celebrated our 7th year anniversary for Track 5, and many of you have enjoyed that. I remember that replaced the old Sprung facility that many of you remember, which was a temporary facility that lasted about 20 years. And it was sort of sentimental, but it had certainly seen better days. And the Track 5 vision that accommodates sort of the country and western feel, and a lot of our boot scooting friends and guests enjoy that. And we've really had a great deal of success. And so we're excited to have hosting a FestFab on February 13th and 14th, and we'll meet a lot of music and a lot of dancing, and you ought to come on out and have a little fun. Lastly, just on the cultural side of things, we're starting to accept applications for the 55th annual Trail of Tears Art Show. Always a great show, be held April 11th through the 16th. Many of you have been there in the past, and I hope you will be there this time around. There's no fee to enter the show, and artists will compete for more than $18,000 in various categories. So something to look forward to, and it's always an impressive collection of artists and artworks. So hope you'll be able to join us. And Mr. Speaker, that is the conclusion of my report.
Well, is there any questions for our CEO? Well, there looks like no questions. I will say, after we had ITC there, obviously, as you well know, last week, a few days there, and just, I'd like to commend your team over there for all the great work that they did. The service was outstanding. The food was delicious. And I talked to a few of the other legislators from the other tribes who, said they donated quite a bit to the bottom line while they were there. So I'm sure we'll see that bump in net revenue as it comes around.
We
next month.
appreciated that, and no, it's a great group of professionals that served you, and of course, we're always proud to host and also, show off a little bit. So
Sure. Yeah, it's great to have it there. Thank you for everything that you guys do.
yeah, absolutely. Thank
Appreciate
you.
you.
Thank you.
All right, old business, there's none pending. New business, Secretary Josh Sam.
Yes, Speaker, I would like to make a motion to amend the agenda to include items D and E from Health Committee and items F and G from the Education Committee.
All right, we have a motion to amend the agenda to include those 4 items out of committees earlier today. Do I have a second? We have a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing no discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye. Are there any opposed? There are none opposed. That motion is adopted. Those items are added to the agenda. The first item, Councilwoman Dr. Teehee, would you take that one, please?
With pleasure. This is a resolution authorizing a limited waiver of sovereign immunity of the Cherokee Nation in connection with the Native American Agriculture Fund Grant Agreement, and I put this forward in the form of a motion.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing no discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye. Are there any opposed? There are none opposed. That resolution is adopted. Letter B, Councilwoman Patskowski, would you take that, please?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. An act amending Legislative Act Number 25-25, authorizing the comprehensive capital budget for fiscal year 2026, Mod 1, and declaring an emergency, and I move for its approval.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing no discussion, Shelley, would you roll call vote, please?
Yes, sir. Lisa Hall,
Yes.
Clifton Hughes,
Yes.
Johnny Kidwell,
Yes.
Daryl Legg, Kendra McGady,
Yes.
Dora Patskowski,
Yes.
Cody Poindexter,
Yes.
Joshua Sam, Moana Shotpouch, Kendessa Teehee,
Yes.
Sasha Black Fox Qualls,
Yes.
Danny Callison, Julia Coates, Joe Deere,
Yes.
Kevin Easley is absent, Ashley Grant,
Yes.
Uriah Grass. Motion passes 16-0.
All right, that motion is adopted. Item C, Councilor Callison, would you take that one, please?
Yes, sir. Thank you. An act amending Legislative Act Number 26-25, authorizing the comprehensive operating budget for fiscal year 2026-Mod 3 and declaring an emergency. I put this in the form of a motion.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing no discussion, Shelley, roll call vote, please.
Yes, sir. Daryl Legg. Yes. Kendra McGady.
Yes.
Dora Patskowski. Yes. Cody Poindexter.
Yes.
Joshua Sam. Yes. Moana Shotpouch. Yes. Kendessa Teehee.
Yes.
Sasha Black Fox Qualls.
Yes.
Danny Callison. Yes. Julia Coates. Yes. Joe Deere.
Yes.
Kevin Easley. Ashley Grant.
Yes.
Uriah Grass. Yes. Lisa Hall.
Yes.
Clifton Hughes. Yes. Johnny Kidwell.
Yes.
Motion passes 16-0.
Excellent. That motion is adopted. The ones we just added, out of Health Committee, item D, Councilwoman Black Fox Qualls, would you take that, please?
Yes, Mr. Speaker. This is a resolution in support of certain substance use disorder construction projects in Veneta and Tahlequah utilizing opioid settlement funds pursuant to the Public Health and Wellness Fund Act, and I move for its approval.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing no discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye. Are there any opposed? There are none opposed. Item D is adopted. Item E, Councilwoman Grant, would you take that, please?
Yes, that is Cherokee Nation Nursing and Allied Health Education Center and Endowment Act of 2026, and I put this forward in the form of a motion.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? I hear no discussion. Shelley, roll call vote, please.
Yes, sir. Cody Poindexter,
Yes.
Joshua Sam. Yes. Melvina Shot Pouch. Yes. Kendessa Teehee,
Yes.
Sasha Black Fox Qualls,
Yes.
Danny Callison. Yes. Julia Coates. Yes. Joe Deere.
Yes.
Kevin Easley. Ashley Grant.
Yes.
Uriah Grass. Yes. Lisa Hall.
Yes.
Clifton Hughes. Yes. Johnny Kidwell.
Yes.
Daryl Legg. Yes. Kinder McGady.
Yes.
Dora Petzkowski. Yes. Motion passes 16-0.
All right, item E is adopted. Out of the Education Committee, item F, Councilwoman Dr. Teehee, would you take that, please?
Item F is a Comprehensive Cherokee Nation Education Scholarship Act of 2024-2026 amendments, and I move for its approval.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing no discussion, Shelley, roll call vote, please.
Yes, sir. Kendessa Teehee,
Yes.
Sasha Black Fox Qualls,
Yes.
Danny Callison. Yes. Julia Coates. Yes. Joe Deere. Yes. Kevin Easley. Ashley Grant.
Yes.
Uriah Grass. Yes. Lisa Hall.
Yes.
Clifton Hughes. Yes. Johnny Kidwell.
Yes.
Daryl Legg. Yes. Kinder McGady.
Yes.
Dora Petzkowski. Yes. Cody Poindexter.
Yes.
Joshua Sam. Yes. Melvina Shot Pouch. Yes. Motion passes 16-0.
Excellent. Item F is adopted. Also out of Education Committee, item G, Councilwoman Dr. Coates, would you take that, please?
Yes, this is the Career Readiness Act of 2019, the 2026 amendments, and I move for its approval.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing no discussion, Shelley, roll call vote, please.
Yes, sir. Ashley Grant.
Yes.
Uriah Grass. Yes. Lisa Hall.
Yes.
Clifton Hughes. Yes. Johnny Kidwell.
Yes.
Daryl Legg. Yes. Kinder McGady. Yes. Dora Petzkowski. Yes. Cody Poindexter.
Yes.
Joshua Sam. Yes. Melvina Shot Pouch. Yes. Kendessa Teehee.
Yes.
Sasha Black Fox Qualls.
Yes.
Danny Callison. Yes. Julia Coates. Yes. Joe Deere.
Yes.
And Kevin Easley is absent. Motion passes 16-0.
All right, item G is adopted. And I will correct myself on item E. I should have asked for Dr. Grant, and that was my fault. I'll get it right next time. Man, we have got some smart people in this room. It's nice to be here among all these fine council members. Are there any announcements to my right? Dr. Coates.
I'm verifying right now, but I think this is correct, that we have community meetings in Florida on February 7th, Saturday, February 7th in Lakeland. Is that right? Okay, as usual, yes. So everybody in Florida, put that on your calendar and come on out. Thanks.
All right, is there anyone else to my right? Councilor Deere.
Just remember in your memory, family member Lee Springwater passed away. He was a Marine veteran. Just keep that family in your thoughts, and Wynetta and his wife as they go through this.
All right, we sure will. Councilwoman Shot Pouch.
Well, we've lost another speaker in our community. Alice Genstudi passed away, and remember that family of prayer. And I've got this little, and I thought about Brian when I heard this little 4-year-old child. You know, we've had to do with the SNAP program and then the angel tree. Well, this little 4-year-old girl was praying, and she was thanking God for food, clothes, toys, and her last thank was, "Thank you for Cherokee Nation."
Very good, very good. Anyone else to my right? Yeah, Councilor, go ahead.
Yeah, in my district, we lost a couple of people that were split speakers. Roy King, we want to keep him, or keep their family in mind, and Jennifer Coatney. They got a new house and got to live in it for like 6 months. So we want to keep their family in our prayers.
We sure will. Thank you. Anyone to my left? Councilwoman Black Fox Qualls.
I would just like to offer my condolences to the following families. The family of Miss Betty Lowry of Tahlequah, Mr. Goodloe Harvey G.H. Tootle of Fort Gibson, and these last two from Halbert, very vital members of our community, and that is Miss Marie Ridenauer and Miss Dina Vaughn. We can keep their families in our thoughts and prayers. Thank you, Speaker.
Sure will. Now, anyone else to my left? Councilman Poindexter, you're next.
Keep the families of Flint Rock. That's his name. Pretty cool name. He was a resident of Little, Kansas. He was also a veteran that passed away this past week. And also the family of Nina Duncan. She was originally from Stillwell, but she was a resident in Tahlequah, and she made my very first ribbon shirt that I wore to my very first Cherokee holiday. And so, talented lady, just keep that family in your thoughts and prayers. The last thing is, and Brian Pritchett as well. He wasn't in my district. He was a resident of Cherry Tree, but he was a good friend. He was a good friend of mine for many years. And also the Briggs Robotics competition is this Saturday. So if you can come out. See some pretty cool robot wars. So, but other than that, that's it. Thank you.
All right, Councilor. Robot Wars. That'll be a good one. Are there any other announcements? Did I miss anyone? Didn't miss anyone. We had a passing of an at-large citizen as well. Actually, Shelley's aunt is the passing of Janie Faye Dibble. Out of Broken Arrow, at-large citizen. She was also the former executive director of health and a PACE board member, by the way. So we'll keep that entire family in our prayers, and hopefully ask the Creator to wrap that warm blanket around their family and for them. A few things going on. Wednesday, we have the resolution signing ceremony for the substance use facilities construction project in Bonita. Make sure that we all go out there and participate in that. That will be fun. Thursday, the Tribal Youth Council inauguration. I believe that'll be right here in these council chambers. Make that if you can. Tuesday, January 20th, the 21st Century Cherokee Healthcare Workforce Legislative Act signing ceremony at the Cherokee Nation Outpatient Health Center. That'll be great. Make that if you can. Wednesday, January 21st, the JOM STEM Fest at the Choda Center, right over here in Tahlequah. Make that if you can. And if there are no other announcements, the next Tribal Council meeting will be held on Monday, February 16th at 6 p.m. right here at the Tribal Headquarters, W.W. Keeler Complex. If there are no other announcements, I will entertain one more motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion. Wait, time out. What's going on back here? Somebody's waving at me. What? Yes, sir. All right. Well, we appreciate you showing up today. And after we get through with the counselor, someone will come talk to you. All right. So if there are no other announcements, we had a motion to adjourn and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. We are adjourned.